You know, I want them to like it, but if they don't, it's also okay because I still love it because I didn't post it just for the validation.
Woo!
And I was like, I paid so much money for all this. I had to make it happen.
Hey guys, welcome back to Full Coverage, our favorite podcast.
Just mine and Manny's.
Clearly from what we have seen.
I've been canceled for a lot of things, you as well. I think like every week we were getting canceled, but I've never been canceled for bad lighting before. This is a check in our book.
This is let's clock this tea. Now that we're already here, let's clock this tea.
We're in it.
I have never been like more disappointed by our comment section for something so dumb in my life.
You would have thought
I was shocked.
We did something crazy.
Yes.
And because the camera angle was off.
The lighting was off.
You would have thought we burned a city to the ground.
100%. I was like kind of floored.
I was too.
I was actually really shocked, really disappointed. I was like, this is not giving full fam.
I think there's like always this thing of like constructive criticism, which is totally fine. And like, I get it. And we've done, this is our third redo podcast space redo, studio redo. And like every single time we've ever done it, it's normally somewhat flooded with negativity.
Totally.
People don't like change. And like, that is like an obvious thing. We anything we change is like, there's a bit of negativity to it. But this time it was above and beyond.
Well, it's literally our past 2 episodes.
Yeah.
So it's not even like it's just like one thing where it's like, oh, I don't like it. I'm always like, just like Laura, we are open to constructive criticism in ways because we can be like, oh, you know what? Someone's coming from a genuine place. But if you're starting to like be like a bitch about something, it's not constructive.
It's not.
It's literally you're just being a bitch to be a bitch.
The comment that gets me the most, first of all, I'm really glad that I don't take things as personal because now I'm like kind of disconnected from like the attachment that I had at the opinions of people on the internet.
Totally, same.
And if this would have got me in 2018, it would have got me good. I wouldn't have slept the whole weekend.
No, totally.
Child, I'm gonna be very transparent. Manny told me the comments were bad and I didn't really read them.
Neither did I. I'm not kidding you. After I did the first, I would say, hour check, and I saw that the comments were so negative, I'm like, I'm not looking again. So I didn't look the first weekend when we did the reveal. Didn't look at not once again. Still haven't looked since then.
Well, then they're talking to each other, I fear.
Then go ahead.
Then go for it. Go for it.
But the second time we uploaded, I was like, we filmed obviously those 2 episodes in one day, so I'm gonna give some grace to people because I did see quite a few people who said 2 + 2 is 4, and they did the math and they were like, "Hey guys, we know they block shoot, so nothing's gonna change until 100%. You give them some time." I'm glad
there
that
were some people, the wheels were turning.
Adjusted. The thing is, we had said in the video, I'm like, "Hey guys, like, this is not done. Like, we still want to add some ingredient. We want to adjust like the lighting. We want to do different things to it."
That fell on deaf ears.
It fell so far, it plummeted even. We're not even falling, baby. We plummeted on deaf ears.
Yes.
And I was just kind of like, again, constructive criticism, 100%. The lighting was off for sure. Yeah. Also, the thing is, our background, let's clock this tea. The background color is different, so the lighting has to be adjusted. We didn't adjust the lighting because last time we had a white background, so we do need spotlight. This kind of lighting, we don't need spotlight because it bounces back in a different way. So you don't realize that until you see it.
And it's like a learning experience
from
us. Unfortunately, with the internet, as we've known for many years, there's no space for learning
or improvement.
Not in this world, honey. So we've been through that. We've learned that, and we've experienced it yet again with the podcast change up. However, I am so proud of this space, and no matter how many negative comments, like, I stand strong. I am so proud of this space.
Same.
I'm so proud of the money that we put into it. I see the elevation of this podcast, and no amount of negativity will still that thief of joy. They will not be this thief of joy to me. I'm so proud of it. I'm so happy to show it off, and I just think it looks absolutely incredible. Did we have a little, tweaking to do?
Hiccup, like a little here.
Camera angles needed to be fixed, readjustment. We even had to bring in different lights, and we had to learn that, that was our first 2 episodes in here, filmed back to back. No grace was given, but
none.
Well, you don't have to give grace.
Some
there
did.
Was. Yeah, they figured it out.
So they understood. And I think that people that really like fuck with us heavy are like, you guys, like, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think it's like sometimes I do feel like people will comment something negative just to get likes.
Yeah.
It's that negative, it's that like clout negativity where they're doing a negative comment just for the sake
to get the likes
of like talking to someone and like having banter with someone and getting likes. Like they want that thing and like, hey, that's what they want. Do your thing. Do your thing. But at the end of the day, with what it is now, as we continuously adjust, like this is like, we love this. Like we think it looks beautiful. We think it looks elevated. We think it looks more mature.
It definitely does.
So it's like, for us, we're going to just keep doing what we want to do with our space.
And we're not going to take it personal.
No. Honestly, at this point, like when I saw that, I was like,
and
okay,
the sky's blue.
The sky is blue. And like, that's the truth. I'm not gonna lie, even though the sky is blue, I was disappointed because I was like not expecting it to be what it was and the meanness to it.
Well, we get so much consistent support and love from Full Fam, like for years now. And then like some bad lighting and an angle caused like half the community to completely flip on us.
Bro.
Which really showed, you know.
I was like, what the fuck is this? We've literally been like with y'all for years.
We see you. We see how quick it switches up. Honey, 24 hours. Of bad lighting.
Baffled.
That's what's crazy.
Bad lighting.
Bad lighting.
Bad lighting and an adjustment to the freaking set.
I was like, no greenery? That's what got y'all. That's what got us caught up.
I was shocked. I was shocked by that. I was like disappointed. But then I honestly, once I saw like the first bits of the negativity, I was like, I'm not going to look again.
Me either. Because I'm like, I no longer invest my time into things like that.
Yeah, especially if it's negative.
And I'm just also never going to let that disrupt my peace.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like,
especially if you like it. At the end of the day, like, you do things because you like them.
Yeah.
That's like a testament to just in general. Like, you might not like the set and that's okay, but it's not
did
your
not
set.
Recreate the set for validations from others.
Exactly. We just wanted it for ourselves.
It needed to be elevated for
we liked it.
Our growth, honestly. Totally. Our growth on the podcast, the guests we have, like where we want to take this thing, like we knew it needed to be elevated and it is elevated.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love it. I think
it turned out beautiful.
Proud of it.
It looks beautiful. Like I genuinely feel like everything looks so nice. It's come together so nicely. The adjustments with the greenery and the lighting, and now like we had this before, but it was pushed in, so now you get to see like our coffee table and like it's become more homey.
And you know, people have selective hearing. And they hear what they want to hear so they can comment what they wanted to comment.
It was very selective.
But that's just the way of the internet.
That's just the reality of life.
But yeah, we appreciate the few and far between that were so supportive
and understanding
and that were
cool.
constructive and that were amazing and that were like, hey everyone, let's have some common sense.
Yeah.
Yes. Is the common sense with us now?
It's been lost.
It's been lost.
It was lost in the
There
wilderness.
were some people clocking, and we appreciate you. And even the negative Nancys out there, I'm going to go ahead and say we appreciate you too, because we'll take the comment and we'll take the integration.
We'll take the comment.
On the chin.
At this point,
we're going to keep rolling, baby.
We're just going to keep it moving. Rolling. We're just going to keep it fucking moving with a new rapid fire that we have today. But we wanted to use that as like our combined pick, because it's like, girl, that shit was so corny. And we do appreciate the people that were.
We have to give a shout out.
We have to give a shout out to them because they were like, I feel like
there's
the ones that were
not a lot of them.
There wasn't in the comment. Well, the thing is, let's be honest. The loudest people are the most negative sometimes.
Yeah, you're right.
The negativity can speak so loudly. There could have been a plethora of great comments, but because the negativity drowned out a lot of it at the top, you don't even care enough to look. You want to you want to, as a human, detach, because you're like, girl, why am I gonna even feed into negativity? So you're gonna immediately cut, and you're not gonna look.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And that's very, especially when it comes to like protecting your peace. That's literally what the epitome of it is.
That's my main thing.
That's what the epitome of it is. Like, you're not gonna put energy into something that's gonna bring you negativity or you any kind of distraught feeling.
You know, it's so crazy. I learned this through my self-development journey, and it's literally saved my life, especially for what we do for a living, what I do for a living. And I didn't realize how much I did it, but like pretty much anyone who creates content, your job is seeking the validation of other people. So you create something you love, a picture, an outfit, a hairstyle, a makeup look, whatever it is. You love it, it's fucking fire, and you can't wait to post it. You post it, people start ripping it apart. Do you wish you didn't post it? Do you regret posting it? Do you no longer like your look because you were only doing it for the validation of others? And I caught myself up in that web. I was like, wow, I relate to this so much. Like, damn, that was me. And damn, I have been that person so many times where I let other people steal my joy and take what I love and just crumble it. And like something I knew that was so great and they made me think it was terrible. And so like that was one of the things over these past few years that has just brought me so much joy and influencing again, because now when I post, I care. I don't want
and like a work way, in a work way too.
Like I don't want my audience to be like, fuck this is terrible.
Totally.
You know, I want them to like it, but if they don't, it's also okay, because I still love it, because I didn't post it just for the validation.
100%. It's so funny you say that, because I've been getting more into like the validation thing recently, like looking into it, because you know, as I've been on my own mini self-help with like the attachment styles, people who, it's so crazy to me because it's the truth and I recognize it in myself, that people with an avoidant attachment style, because they don't get that validation in person from like a partner, right? A lot of them, like they seek it with like online, or they seek it like people with avoidant attachment styles, they can post something, they get validation, and they feel filled up in validation for a few days.
It's not real.
But it's not real. But the thing is, like, it's that serotonin boost that you can get from someone validating who you are.
And it can feel so good when you get it right. But boy, they can rip the rug out from underneath you if you are counting on people online to fulfill you a validation. The validation has to come from yourself.
100%.
And that takes daily work. That doesn't come overnight. That takes work. It takes work.
And realizing it. You have to like actually like realize it. So you saying that, I'm like, that's so funny. Like that's something it's been more recent for me, like realizing that, but I'm glad I'm getting to a spot where I can see it and I'm being like, oh, like I might not have that like a partner in person. So I seek out some type of validation from like a man or some type of like connection or something, or like a follower to be like, oh my God, I think you look beautiful today. Like that fills up a jar of mine that I don't have in person, but I know that it's not technically real in comparison, because I need to be able to fill my own jar.
Because whenever you put your validation in other people, you're giving them the power to strip you of your validation so
and your
quickly.
Happiness.
It's such a fragile thing to put any type of validation in. The validation has to come for yourself. And I even had a girlfriend the other day, she was like, had a problem with someone, and she was like, I feel bad, but like I have to put a boundary there, and I'm not going to fuck with this person anymore. But she told me the whole story, and it's because she was so worried that she was in the wrong for wanting to put up this boundary. And I was like, first of all, you can tell me anything at any time. I'll tell you the truth. I always got you. 100%. I'm always an ear forever. But let me let you know this. You're coming to me as a person who's a little older than you, has a little more wisdom, has dealt with more, to seek validation in your feelings. Be confident that you know that this person is not doing you right, and be confident to know, validate yourself and know my boundary with them is right, regardless of what Laura thinks, what this girl thinks. I know in my core, and I'm like, that is where you're gonna like stand strong for the rest of your life.
Absolutely. And that's like the whole point of having like your gut intuition. Like that's what it's there for. Is like to have your gut. Like your gut will honestly always tell you like what you really feel. But it's so easy to feel like, oh, my gut's not enough, especially growing up like a people pleaser. Yeah. That's the part that's really hard as a former people pleaser trying to adjust now. You constantly seek validation from others because you a lot of times have felt like your worth was nothing because the things that you did wasn't enough, or you felt like it wasn't enough for people around you, right? So you constantly seek validation because you didn't have validation. Like obviously me growing up, I did in a way, but because I hid so much of my life, I look out for it in different ways, and it just takes constant practice to adjust yourself to be like, you know what, I am enough in this way, and this is why. And you have to trust your gut in that moment. Yeah. And seek out, be like, you know what, I know I'm sickening because I've worked at it. Like for me, like I like to post, I've been more recently posting like more body pics because I've been working out and I want to show off. But it's like I'm showing off because I feel more confident in myself.
So when someone makes a nasty comment about your body pics, let's say you get 5 of them. Okay, great.
Cool. Because it's not for that. I'm appreciative of the nice comments and I love it and it's nice to see. But I'm posting it because I feel like there's my own personal progression in it.
And that's the right place to come from. Rather
Yes.
than like, I think I look good enough. Let me see what they say, and that way they can fill my cup if they think I look good enough.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's such...
it's a fine line.
It's a great way to live, to strip yourself of your validation. Yes. Is putting it in the hands of others. And that's why I think it's so important to say how happy and proud I am of this room, and so grateful that 411 Studio did this for us. Like I'm so grateful for them. Like they don't even know. Absolutely.
I could not agree more. It is important to find your validation in yourself more than it is in others or whoever it might be. It's nice to get it. Don't get me wrong. Like it's not like I'm over here like fuck validation. It's nice to have. But but the most important validation is from yourself.
Yeah.
That's what really, truly matters. If you don't have that, it is easy to get it stripped away.
You're just floating in the wind, waiting to be torn apart, take it all personal, be upset, like you're handing it over. We also live in a world where it's very, very easy to be negative and it's very hard to be positive. So, hey, the people that were negative,
and
like you took the easy, you're praised for negativity. So, like the people who live in the negative world, we get it. You're taking the easy route. Trust me, I battle it every single day of my life. Hey, Full Fam listeners, you know what? The robots have gotten pretty good at what they do, but what they can't do is pour passion into what they make or give an item a human touch. Do you know where my favorite place is to look for special gifts?
Where?
On Etsy.
Baby, me too.
On Etsy, you can find something handmade, handpicked, or designed by independent sellers who pull from their unique experiences and bring their whole hearts into their small shops.
My favorite thing about Etsy is, honestly, I use it all the time. One, I'm literally obsessed. And two, the fact that they make gift buying so easy with their gift finders. You can just kind of find something for anyone. And I just love that you can buy on Etsy with just different people curating amazing these pieces. It honestly is truly one of a kind. I'm absolutely obsessed with Etsy. I literally just shopped there like 2 days ago.
I know, literally the ring I'm wearing right now on my pinky finger. Both of my pinkies. I also love their massive monogram collection. Endless gifts that are handmade, handpicked, or designed by small businesses. So the next time you're shopping for yourself or for someone special, choose extraordinary items, handmade, handpicked, and designed by small businesses.
Keep commerce human. Discover small businesses on Etsy. Totally.
The people who are positive, you're fighting the demons and you're fighting the good fight, because I'm also fighting it every day.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? To remain in a positive mindset and a positive space, not to bring negativity upon anyone. But that's our journey, and I don't expect anyone else to be on it.
Totally.
You know what I mean? Like, I put a lot of work into myself, my mental, my self-development, and I don't expect other people to behave and learn the things that I have.
Or just to be you. Like, they're not you.
Yeah, like I don't expect that same behavior from other people because it takes like a shit ton of work. And I just do what I do.
Absolutely.
You know, I don't have expectations of other people. But anyways, with that being said, cleared. It's been cleared. Let's talk about some peaks and pits. Oh, we did our pits. Let's talk about some peaks.
Peak? What is a peak? Okay, do you want to know my peak? It's like so cute. It's from this week. So I have a property in San Diego.
Okay.
That is like has turned into an Airbnb really recently. Like we've wanted it to get into an Airbnb place in Chula Vista, and this week was its first little renters.
Oh.
Or like first little like
amazing.
booking. Our first booking this week. So I literally was like,
wow.
To me, I thought that was so fucking cool. I was literally so shook. I'm like, our little place just got like booked out for 4 days.
That is amazing.
It was so cool. I felt really, really proud of it. I love it. Maybe I'll like tell you guys what the address is if you guys want to ever book in the future. Who knows? But I just thought it was cool. Like that's something that my parents and I have worked on for like a long time. My dad especially. He handles a lot of that stuff for me. And so it finally got to the spot literally last week. And within 1 day of it being on, we got booked for 4 days.
That is such a great sign.
So I just felt like it was like, oh my God, it was like literally a sign from God. That was like,
I love it.
Like it was worth it. Like the work that he put into it, the turmoil, the money, everything it was, like it was worth it just to start to get people to really like see it and love it and be like, oh, I want to visit this little house.
That is so freaking awesome.
Yeah, so that was my peak. I thought that was really cool.
Well, amazing,
this week.
Manny.
Thank you.
A win is
really
a
excited.
win.
A win is a win, dude. That was so exciting to me.
Okay, so I have 2 peaks, but let's just jump into it. First of all, today our vintage socks launch. I'm wearing cherry.
Boy, these are the red ones?
These are the red ones. So I'm wearing cherry right now. If you guys want to check them out on minimla.co. They launch, and we have a forest green color. So we have forest and cherry. We have a bunch of different pictures of them up and styled differently so you can see for yourself. But I absolutely love these, and I'm so excited to expand our sock collection. We also have the slouch socks restocked. So check it out. Use Manny's code.
Use my code, you guys. Use code MannyMUA.
Use code MannyMUA.
Use my code.
They're
stunning.
They are. I just absolutely love the vintage sock look. I love socks. I'm like a sock connoisseur for no reason, but I love accessorizing outfits with them.
I'm going to steal a pair on my way out.
Absolutely. I'll give you the forest and cherry. They're so cute.
I'm going to be like this.
Daniel texted me, was like, I'm going to send you a Montana address.
Oh, hell yeah.
He's like, I need you to send me those socks.
Send me those goddamn socks.
I was like, I got you.
They're just so cute.
They're so cute. Okay, next thing is so funny. Me and Ty retook our wedding pictures, and one of the top comments on the pictures is, "Can you please talk about it on full coverage?
No way!
Give us the details."
Oh, honestly, because you were going, but you never said that you were doing that there.
I never told anyone.
You never
really.
said, yeah. You never said what you were even going out there for. Technically,
we technically were going for our vacation, but we also wanted to kill two birds with one stone because we were staying in one truly. We stayed at the Belmont, which is one of the most beautiful hotels in the world.
Literally,
truly
gorge.
And so I was like, wow, I cannot think of a better place to take wedding photos. So what's really cool is we found this photographer out there, and he did such an amazing job, which, I mean, we just had to look at his portfolio and cross our fingers.
And you're just like,
please be sickening. But it worked out. He was so great. And then, okay, but here's the thing. So Sicily and most Italian touristy cities for the month of May through September are just a shit show, just packed out with people. So the photographer's like, we honestly need to start at 7 a.m.
No.
Yeah, because he was like, the people.
It's going to get swarmed.
Yeah, and they can't come in our hotel, but still people in the hotel will be up and about. He was like, we need to start early. We'll get the morning light. That way the light's not above your head. Oh,
great. Yeah.
Here's the problem with that. We're already jet lagged, so badly. I'm going to tell you something. I spent the night before prepping so I could wake up, get ready, and make this thing happen. But when I woke up, I've never felt this tired in my life. Oh. I'm like, this is what people with newborns must feel like. Yeah. I was so sleep deprived. I think because the time was so off, we went to bed at I don't know, I don't know. I don't even know. Probably 1 or 2 a.m. And then we woke up 4 hours later or something like that. It was the equivalent. I can't remember the exact time. It was the equivalent of us waking up at 8 p.m. Oh. Or 7 p.m. You know, that shit's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's just a total mind fuck. So I remember being so tired I felt sick almost. And then I couldn't eat breakfast because I was just so tired. When I'm too tired, I can't eat.
Yeah.
So then we go out to shoot pictures. I'm in this heavy ass wedding which was so strange. So many people asked me for some reason, did I rent the gown? I don't know why they asked me that, but I didn't. I bought it.
Yeah.
I was figuring out an answer here. No, I bought it. But this heavy ass, thick ass gown, ties in a full tux, long sleeve, the thick ass coat.
The full.
It is 95 degrees outside.
You're lying.
As hot as it is today and yesterday in the valley, that is how hot it was out there, Manny. Oh!
Because you guys, the valley has been fucking crazy. It was a 111 yesterday.
Death.
Bro, what the
death
literal...
to all of them.
Death.
We're on fire.
Literally on fire.
95 degrees out there, and the heat is heavier in Italy than it is in here. It's dry out here. Girl, we were drenched. Literally... we look elegant in those pictures, but stunning. Let me tell you something. The poor photographer, he literally goes, I live out here. I'm so used to working out here. He said, I'm worried about y'all. Plus he wasn't wearing what we were wearing.
Literally.
I mean, and I was so hungry because I didn't eat breakfast. I was so fucking tired. I couldn't even see straight. I was literally could barely do it, Manny. Man, I'm telling you, I could barely do it. And I was I paid so much money for all this. I
have to make it happen.
I was the heat, I thought I was going to fucking faint. I thought I was going to hit the ground, but luckily I do hot yoga. So I was heat
that's true.
It's an emotion.
There you go. There we go.
And I was able to get back into it. Okay, so then I'm in this huge white gown, huge trail, heavy as fuck, right? It doesn't look that heavy. The dress is heavy as fuck. So I'm walking and I see this huge bird doo-doo. And it's this big, this big. It's it's a big ball. You know, a bird doo-doo is normally white splatter?
Yeah, splatter.
This was a pelican or some shit. A big bird.
An eagle.
Yes, exactly. An eagle, hawk, that kind of shit. Okay, a big one. And I was oh! I was there's a big shit on the ground.
No. I know you didn't drag through it.
I dragged right through it. I saw it, and I don't know how. I was covered.
No, in bird shit?
It was all over both my feet, all over my toes, all covering my white shoes. The dress smeared everywhere. My assistant took my dress to the cleaner. They got it out. Thank God. I mean, shit.
How?
Manny, I don't know. I think I
saw it.
I saw it, and then we came back through, and I think I was just so fucked up and tired. I got that shit. I was covered in bird shit. I'm talking about it was everywhere. Dress covered. Feet.
But it was after the photos.
No. In the middle of it. Okay. In the middle.
No.
In the middle of the photos. So I am so tired that I don't even care. Like, I literally don't even care. And there's bird shit on my feet.
I'm shit.
I literally am like, oh, Ty, I stepped in shit. Like, I'm literally halfway there. Okay? And so I don't even give a fuck. Fuck literally, everything. Like, fuck it. Burn the dress. Don't care. Like, I'm so not going to survive. Hot. Oh, I want to rip that dress off and jump in the pool naked and get arrested out of the hotel. That's where I'm at. Okay? We finished the pictures early. I told him, I was like, this is all I can physically do. Like, literally. I was like, and Ty was too. The poor guy. Ty was like he had sweat. Especially Ty's in a full suit with the jacket. Bro. He had so much sweat. We had a towel. Every picture he had a wipe. I felt so bad. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. So we go back to the room. I'm so tired. Ty turns around and looks at me, and he holds up both pairs of my white gloves, which were the main fucking part of the whole outfit.
Laura,
I'm gonna tell you,
I completely forgot.
I nearly had an aneurysm in that room.
I know you about almost exploded.
My head almost popped off my shoulders when I saw these white gloves. I called the hotel. I was like, can I get a steamer in my gloves the night before? Getting every wrinkle out of these gloves. I was so tired.
You forgot the gloves.
I forgot the gloves, and not only did I forget them, I did not think about them one time whenever I was taking pictures.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't even cross my mind once.
Well, your mind at that time was this. Just try to survive.
I'm still
Laura, I forgot about the gloves. I'm so gagged. I remember you telling me, you're like, I have these gloves. They're the focal point, essentially.
They are the focal point. Like, they were going to make it old Hollywood.
Yep.
Like, they were going to make this what it was. The gloves, and here's the crazier part. I ordered the gloves, and the company sent me the wrong gloves, and I freaked the fuck out. They sent me mesh gloves, and I ordered satin gloves, and they were really expensive because they matched the dress identically. Same company made both. And I panicked. I got them to ship me the right gloves just in time before I left. I forgot to put the gloves on. I'm so devastated.
I completely forgot. Like, I'm shocked.
Like, I look at those pictures and I'm so happy to have them and I'm so grateful for them, but I just look at them and I'm like, but with gloves?
You're like, it would have just...
And they came up to here, so it was
kiss.
like,
it would have been the chef's kiss.
It was like the point of the outfit.
Mind you, that you guys look literally like a 100 out of 10 in those photos. You guys both look stunning.
You know, they're like,
I know what you're saying.
I have no regrets in life. That's one of my regrets. I want it on my tombstone. Yeah. She forgot the gloves.
Put the gloves in a bow on your tombstone.
No, I want to wear them in my grave.
I think that's the better choice. Because then once you decay, the satin will always stay.
The gloves will be there like this.
Yep.
I'm so pissed. Like, I'm beyond. And I have no one to be mad at but myself.
Well, you're also delusional.
I was delusional, and it got me.
The delusion actually got you at that time.
Devastated.
Wow, Laura, I'm shocked. Because I remember that was a big thing.
And Ty was like, oh, he knew how upset I was. And he was like, oh my God, put them on. I brought my camera. Let's go take pictures of you. And it just...
You were already like...
Like, they were done. I did it, but I still...
Oh, yeah. So, but it wasn't the same.
It wasn't the same.
Because it was also like the photos with Ty.
Yeah, probably. Exactly. It was a total bust.
Because like, he's the one taking the photos.
Yeah.
So it's like...
It was just me, like...
with the gloves like this. Like, you were
so devastating.
Fuck!
I still love the pictures. I'm so grateful they came out good. But with the gloves, honey, it would have ate it up.
It would have devoured, I fear.
And that was my plan, and I did so much to make that plan come to life. And what did I do? I flopped.
Laura,
miserably.
You guys looked incredible, and I know it's annoying, and I'll be fucking pissed too, but at least you guys do have these insane, cool-ass photos for the rest of your lives.
One thing about me, that's true.
You know?
That's very true, and I'm very proud of them, and I'm printing them, and I'm framing them, and we are going to have wedding photos. Okay?
And you do.
We do, and I'm stunning. So proud of that. Like, my God, because everybody asks us about it all the time, and we're like, you're married in our courthouse. So, but I'm so, so proud of it. Like, I'm so fucking happy, but the goddamn gloves. Took a piece of myself. Oh, I know
you wanted to kill yourself. I know. You were fighting literal demons.
I was when I walked back in.
You were about to punch yourself in the face.
Yeah, I was. Black eye. I was so mad at myself.
The gloves coming to life, slapping the shit out of you.
They should.
At that point, they should have started beating your ass.
Damn, I'm gonna find another outfit to wear with them though.
There you go. They're not gonna go to waste.
They're not never.
And you still took photos in them.
And
so
I
it's
love
like,
a glove. I even did gloves. I planned this out so deeply and methodically. I did gloves for my ball look to be cohesive with my wedding look. Like my gowns look, I want it to be a glove girl. Like I want it to be, this is her thing.
Yes.
She loves gloves so much because I do. I love tube top gloves. And what did I do? I fucking blew it.
Well, especially when it's like something you plan for so long.
So
that's
much
the part
thought.
That's a little bit more like in the gut. Because it's like you want it to be something perfect. But at the end of the day, I mean, truly nothing is perfect and nothing will ever be perfect.
Nope.
But it's like when you think like that, it's like someone like, let's say like a wedding. Like and something goes wrong in the wedding, you're like, you want to go crazy because you want it to be the most perfect day ever.
Turns out I am bridezilla. I'm just kidding. I just like was pissed at myself and then I took like a 4-hour nap.
And then you survived that. And then you survived.
It was more of a survival thing.
You had to nap.
Yeah.
And you're not a napper. So
that is like my peak pit. But
literally. Yeah. But at least the photos turned out beautifully.
Beautiful.
And it could, I know what you're saying.
I mean, it could have went up a notch, but I have to let it go.
But they're literally, like, you guys have never looked more beautiful to me.
Thank you.
Especially because it's like also like love attached to it. It's like, I don't know, maybe like, it's every aspect of it. It's like not just you guys looking really beautiful. It's not just the gloves. It's not just the gloves. Baby, you've surpassed the fucking gloves. Fuck the gloves. Okay, we've left the gloves in Mars. You guys have surpassed. It's because it's like love involved. It's like you guys look beautiful and in love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And so it's nice. And you got to have this moment that you didn't have before. That's cool.
I know.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's still an amazing, amazing moment. But I would be annoyed too. I'd be fighting demons as well. Trust and believe.
Okay, that was my tea on the pictures. I'm still grateful, guys. I'm just pissed at myself. Anyways, okay, we get some hot topics, baby. Because what's going on?
You guys, we have some tea. So tea, it's almost.
I think we should start with what's going on over there?
So tea, it's almost you.
I see what you're doing.
No, that's so bad.
Okay, so let's clock this tea.
Clock this tea.
Rhegan's birthday.
Why have I followed this tea so fiercely online?
I know. Well, once you get into one, you know the algorithm hits.
It gets you. Once you watch one video for the full, 10 more videos will pop here. And I watched.
Oh, I know. Me too.
Because the thing is, this again, like this was tea that was so like surface level, like.
Yeah.
Like popcorn tea, it wasn't tea like.
It's very catty and rude.
It's catty, rude tea, and it's like honestly, I feel bad for Rhegan. Yeah. But it wasn't like scary tea where it's like, oh my god, like
oh my god, danger.
No, exactly. It wasn't like something crazy. It was literally just kind of like a girl was being a mean girl. To another girl.
And got her
you know
ass
what I mean? And got her ass tore up. Honey. Okay, guys, the situation. A creator, her name is Rhegan.
Very large creator.
Large creator had a birthday party, right? She was having this birthday party, huge party. Apparently, like there was like 400 RSVPs. Like, it was supposed to be like a big ass party, right? So has a party. There's a girl doing a get ready with me on TikTok, and she's like, "Oh, I'm getting ready to go to Rhegan's birthday party. I'm so excited. I haven't been to an influencer party. I'm not technically invited. I'm a +1." That's a big part of the story. She's not invited. She's a +1. Okay, she gets invited, or she's a +1 to the invitation. She goes. Basically, someone responds to basically just comments on it. She's like, "Oh, how long were you there?" She's like, "Oh, we left. It wasn't our vibe." Comments that, right? Kind of leaves it there. So then she makes a video being like, "I'm getting canceled on my comments because I said I didn't like a birthday party." And then that's the video that really fucked her. Because she expected so much out of Rhegan's birthday party, where she was like the fact that we had like pay for our drinks is like weird.
Didn't she put a video of people dancing and put like quiet
in this video? That's happening in this video.
Didn't she do that?
Yep.
And then in the video, she also edits and she shows people dancing, but it kind of looks like an emptier room. And then she puts like the squeaky shoe sound to make it really cringy and make it seem like there's no one there and that it's super lame.
And she was there for hours.
First of all, I bet she showed up on time.
Maybe she showed up a minute before
she
it's opened.
She was 5 minutes. She was at the door.
She was lined up.
She was waiting in line at the door to get in. I know that. I know that.
For a fact.
Yeah.
Because the thing is like, so she has this thing. She's like, I just didn't have fun. It's my personal opinion. And so if you watch the video, you guys, it's so catty. This girl that like expects the world. She has 60,000 followers. She's I guess like a micro creator. And she's just kind of giving this like, well, I worked at Bumble. So like, I just expect more. And I was expecting a lot from this influencer party and I didn't get it. And it's like, you do realize that you're celebrating a birthday party. This isn't some type of event.
A corporate event, sweetheart.
This isn't a corporate event. This isn't a Bumble event. This is someone's birthday party. So why the fuck would the birthday girl be like, oh, let me just pay for all your drinks?
Also, you're not invited.
You're not invited.
You're not invited.
Like, that's the part I want to scream. I want to scream from the rooftops.
You're not invited.
And you have.
How you hate and you can't even get in.
Baby. She's hating from outside the club.
What I want to know is who is responsible for bringing this +1.
I went down a rabbit hole and I found it. I don't know his name. It's a male creator, but apparently like it's his assistant.
A girl.
It's like his assistant. That's like
Why
what the rumor mill is saying. Why are you bringing
this messy ass girl to this influencer's birthday? Why are you bringing this messy ass girl?
I bet he's so fucking embarrassed, honestly. Because the thing is, like, I bet you anything, like, he would not have thought that she was gonna be this, like, you know, bratty, above thou, like, person. When, like, to me, what's really wild is like having this kind of attitude when you're going to like a bigger creator's party when you're not invited. Like, you're making it seem like you are like the biggest creator of life. It's like the weirdest thing to me.
The ego.
It's the ego. She has a really, really large ego from what it looks like. And she has been shredded. All her comments are turned off.
Okay, well, duh. What the fuck did you think was going to happen? What other outcome could you have possibly conspired in your own head? What other outcome other than this? Like, could you have possibly come up with? Did you lay in bed at night and were you really like, I'm about to eat. I'm about to show all these people how uncool Rhegan is.
Yeah, she's so fucking uncool. And all these creator parties are dumb.
And I'm going to debunk all of them as a +1. You're a mean girl.
It's mean.
You went to that party with the intention of being mean because from the jump you're like, we didn't like it.
And also, why'd you record from the jump?
Exactly.
Yeah, you know what? I think it's Douse in the video.
No.
I swear to God, it was a tall twink. And I'm like, that's Douse.
That's Douse.
I swear to God.
Was it him dancing?
No, he's just walking. It was just like a walking through. And I'm like, that's Douse's bitch ass.
Douse was like this.
He's like... I'm like, that tall, skinny twink. I know that was pretty.
Also,
pretty
like, why are you putting certain expectations on a human being's birthday? They could have invited 10 people. They could have invited 20 people. It could be the biggest blowout party of the year. This isn't a corporate event. First of all, total mean girl behavior. Why are you trying to take your time and make different TikToks to convince us all that Rhegan's party is lame?
And the fact that,
what
like,
are you thinking?
What I think is really funny is that she goes, I'm getting canceled. I was like, you can't be canceled if you're not relevant.
Correct.
Let's clock that T. Like, and it was funny. I was watching a video of Denisha Carter. She was talking about it. And her caption was, you can't be canceled if you were never on the air.
My thing is, like, there clearly is not a lot of thought at all going on with this person because it's like, if you're a smaller creator, where do you think tearing down a much, 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 much bigger creator on this platform that's very loved, where do you think tearing that person down on their birthday is going to get you? Do you think it's going to make brands want to work with you? Do you think it's going to make bigger creators want to ever invite you to anything ever again? Do you think it's going to make smaller creators want to even be seen with you? So what was the point? Did you really convince yourself that this was going to give you a level of clout and put you on the map?
That's what I wonder. I'm like, what
was
she was thinking?
That's I don't get it.
If you want to be an influencer as your job, it is like honestly 90% networking.
I would say she probably did like the worst thing you could do
as a new creator. I agree.
Create an enemy out of every relevant person in the space.
Because the thing is, I've seen so many actual big creators too talking about this, being like, this is so corny. Like the fact that she even tried it is crazy, and I could not agree more. Like, again, it is her birthday, and I saw Rhegan's video talking about it when she's like, I broke out in hives. And I was like,
that's awful. Also, the girl made the party look bad. There's so much footage from that party when it's a total fucking blowout. Like, it's insane. It is a blowout. It is a massive party. So that on top of the situation of her trying to convince us all that it was a lame party just goes to show that she plotted.
And the thing is so crazy too, like the whole thing, like honestly, the video, like you could literally do a breakdown of video of certain parts and be like, that's crazy. That's crazy. She's like, I'm a psych major. Like, I'm just going to analyze people. Like, I love to analyze people. She said that.
It gets worse and worse. Everybody there but herself.
Analyze yourself, Diva. and lights up there.
That's crazy.
Like, that to me is fucking crazy. So obviously Rhegan like kind of made a video about it, and she was like,
damn.
She was like, have you guys ever broken out in hives from something so stressful? And she talked about it. She's like, the birthday thing is weird. You're not. She was like, you weren't even invited. This is crazy. And people expect me to like defend her. Why? No, like sit in what you made of yourself. And I could not agree more with what Rhegan said, because she created a shitstorm. And for people to even think that Rhegan's gonna come to bat for her and be like, no, don't tear her up, for literally shitting on her, a massive diarrhea dump on her chest.
Going the extra mile. Editing sounds over footage, making multiple TikToks, commenting people when it rips you apart in the comments for your nasty comments back to people, calling it lame, all that, and you still didn't clue in, and you want Rhegan to cover your ass?
No.
Crazy.
It's delusions of grandeur. I'm so glad that, Rhegan was like, no, I'm not gonna like sit in it.
Yes.
Sit in it. And I'm so glad. Literally learn from this. Because for you to treat people like, it doesn't even matter that she's like a big creator. For you to treat anyone like this, it's just mean girl behavior, regardless if it's a creator of a big size or little size. It doesn't matter. It's someone's birthday party that you weren't even invited to. As a +1, you're going to be someone's date. You're not there for the person that's there. You're literally there so the person that's inviting you isn't alone. That's why you're there. You're not there to be like, oh my God, let me kumbaya with the birthday girl. I know her so well. You don't. You're +1.
This is the craziest shit ever.
It's insane. Like, and I thought, to me, what's crazy is I'm like, I thought this was common sense. Like, where's the common sense in this?
Common sense is not common. Ooh.
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 Clock that tea. Clock that tea, mother dust. But yeah, that shit, like, honestly, it's so crazy. And it's been like my entire FYP for the past several days.
It has been a doozy, but honestly, our birthday party looked like so much fun, and I'm sure.
And I hope we go next year.
And I'm sure everybody there, but that +1 had a great time.
And even the +1 being like,
it seems like she has
a lot of fun.
It seems like she has a personal vendetta out for Rhegan.
I mean, that's what it seems like.
Because it's crazy, the stuff she was saying. Like, it's crazy.
Also, it's the undertone, too. If you watch her video, there's a lot of undertone, mean girl undertoneness, where it's like a lot of double-edged things. If you guys really like watch it and you pay attention, you're like, she literally is like, it's giving mean girl like crazy.
Well, now she's catching the wrath of what that feels like.
Of being a mean girl. And all her comments are turned off. All her videos have millions of views on them now.
Oh, I bet.
Viral. Just viral. I was like, this was the word.
And let me tell you what happens when everybody's done chewing your ass out. The views drop back down. They go away. Yep. And you just have a massive group of haters that hate you now. I'm going to be honest. That's what happens.
Was it worth it?
Was it worth it?
Was it worth it just to shit on Rhegan's birthday party?
Because the thing is now is like, who is going to want to associate or specifically invite you to anything? It's crazy. Like brands, anything.
No, I genuinely don't know.
There's no way.
I don't know. It's crazy to me. That was such a crazy situation. I'm like, I'm so sorry to Rhegan that even happened to her. That's so fucking horrible, especially someone's birthday. It's crazy. Because also, like, why would you try to make someone feel less than on their own birthday?
Okay,
bro,
that also on top of everything, let's really think about that. It wasn't just her party.
It was
just like birthday. It wasn't just her throwing a house party. It was her birthday to celebrate herself, and you did what you could do to tear her down as someone that wasn't even invited. Crazy.
Like, it really is really crazy when you really dissect it and you think about it.
It's psych major. I hope you're not. I hope you are not.
I think the career does need to change.
Yes.
A different path even.
Yes.
Yeah, because the whole cycle. Because the thing is, I was like, if you had to be a psych major and give that many mean girl undertones in a video,
spooky.
I don't think so. It don't make sense. I think you need your money back on the school.
On the degree. On the degree. She needs to do a wraparound.
Because it was just too much. It was really unfortunate.
Well, that is what happens when
just don't be mean. How about that?
Yeah, or you could just not be mean to people.
Yeah.
Next up, Mr. Beast is getting cooked.
Flailing
right now.
Some might say flailing.
However, he ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna say that.
Well, the thing is, look at his views.
He also has a straight male audience, and they don't care about anything you do wrong.
They really don't.
They don't.
Because the hate might be big right now, and he might be getting a lot of scrutiny.
But if
his followers don't give a fuck about those things, then is it going to be as big of a deal as it could be?
I need to look up this guy so I get his name right, but I watched his entire video, and basically a guy on the internet spent just an insane amount of time combing through Mr. Beast's videos and figuring out how everything is a lie. and he breaks it down in his video.
Was it on TikTok?
No, it's on YouTube, the breakdown. So the guy whose video I watched who breaks it down is called More Pegasus. I've never seen his channel before, but that video has 6.3 million views in 9 days.
Damn.
So, yeah, and that's on YouTube. So,
damn. Even more damn.
I know.
A double damn.
Okay, so the guy who actually, I think his name is Dogpack404, and his video that he made, I worked for Mr. Beast. He's a fraud. He makes this video, almost 11 million views in 13 days, okay? So in the video, that guy literally breaks down every crevice of how everything is staged, everything's fake, everything's a lie. So basically, some of it is basically what Rosanna Pansino has already exposed him for. All of his challenges are rigged.
Yes, right.
And another thing is, you know how this is all alleged. This guy has figured this out. You guys can check out his channel, but also. So you know how he'll like bring a bunch of people in and he'll say these are random people?
Yes.
They're not. They're his employees and friends, and they're not random people.
So it's not like people just get like a chance to be in a video.
Right.
Like it's not like that aspect of it is not a thing. I also heard this one thing too about the chocolate bar company and how it's like 70% like a gambling scheme and 30% candy.
Oh my God.
Like has something to do with like there's like some type of like bidding scheme when it comes to the chocolate. I'm not exactly sure how. That would be more of a deep dive, to be honest.
Yeah.
But there's definitely something to do with the candy, and like people have discovered that it's actually like a gambling scheme almost.
Yeah.
And like, you know, you can't gamble with children. Like that's like obviously a huge like law. It's illegal. But like using the candy as like a guise and introducing that young and early on to the impressionable audience, because he has a young audience.
All this kind of started, which is funny because Rosanna is the one who like took the lid off of him and like pulled the blinds back. That's not when it blew up. It all blew up when his childhood friend who's in all his videos got exposed for talking to minors.
Yep. That's when it like really like.
So that is whenever the doors blew off. So also they just showed how all the games are rigged. So they show one game like they're in a big swimming tank and the contestant has to swim down to the bottom of the tank, twist the lever to get the water to flush out.
Yes.
The lever, you can see, he showed on camera, the lever doesn't even work. Producers, when they start turning the lever, they hit a button and get the water to rush out. So everything, all the mechanics of the game, none of it's real. So if you think about that, the guy was saying like, he could leave someone down there turning 2 or 3 times before they press it. And that way they're able to produce who wins and keep it that way. Yep. They showed how all the clocks are just edited. You know how they always have the countdown?
Yep.
All edited and CGI'd in.
Yep, I believe that. The thing is, like, to me, when I'm seeing that, like, I have to say I'm not super surprised.
No.
Because of how I knowing, like, production works. And, like, yeah, it's TV, but for YouTube. So, like, production... That's just like almost like what all production does. Like they're going to edit things. They're going to do what they want to do for the show. Yeah. They're always going to adjust in some capacity, even though he's obviously like their channel is all about making it look like it's real and that it's like not rigged in what capacity. But I will have to say like 99% of shows that you're watching when it comes to like reality TV or games or something like that, it's all produced so intensely. But you guys might not think it's really that produced, but it is.
I think the problem with Mr. Beast is he's been asked like a million times on different podcasts and like everywhere, is this real? Is this real? And he's like so stand by. Like, every bit of it's real. When the whole thing, even the winners, is like all skewed, all fake, allegedly. Yeah. Also, he has this guy, and I saw a couple videos. His name's Mac, and you see this guy, and he's like pretends that he's like so desperate to win, like, and he's like this random guy that's so desperate to win, and you want him to win this money, and you're rooting for him the whole time. Baby Mac, honey. He is an employee by Mr. Beast, and the guy even discovered how he moved from Los Angeles to a giant mansion, rich as fuck, in North Carolina to live and work for Mr. Beast and like be this character on his show. But you know, Mr. Beast hypes him up with this poor guy that's like so like, please let me win. Yeah, a meek, sweet, and it's just like none of it's true. So like basically,
so the expose is happening.
The expose is happening on Mr. Beast. He's getting it good, but I don't think it'll stop anyone from watching his videos. I just think people will be more aware that none of it's real. You know, allegedly.
You know what I think is crazy too is that like, because people are obviously kind of on him now about like his philanthropic endeavors and talking about how I forgot what it's called. It's maybe like virtue signaling or something, where like you're doing something good, but for the sake of showing people that you're doing something good. And to me, I was like always under the impression, I was like, yeah, he's doing that, but like the good is still happening.
So I'd rather it happen that way.
So I'd rather it be at least the good is happening in some capacity than not happen at all. But it is funny how technically, if you want to get into the technical, all that stuff is like a write-off for his company, right? So like, let's say he's like spent $100,000 putting something like building a house for like a family, showing it off. It's a write-off for his business, but then it makes the Mr. Beast brand grow. Yeah, because it's Mr. Beast, right? It's like it's become like something even far past his own thing. So like it actually makes that grow, and he doesn't lose money because it's all written off.
Everything's
from charity.
To benefit Mr. Beast.
It's to benefit. So I'm glad that the good is happening 1000%. Like obviously you can't deny that.
How do you know it's not rigged? How do you know all the good's really happening the way he says it's happening? How do you know they really cleaned all those beaches and
or the wells? Like,
because this is the problem whenever the lid comes off, or the wells and all these things, you got to start asking questions, because allegedly everything is fake. Like all these winners, like even the people in the videos, like none of it's real. It's a set. They click buttons behind the scenes. They edit the clocks. Like, this is what this guy's breaking down, right? In his video, the dog guy. So how do you know the philanthropic work is real? I
don't. I have no idea. I'm just, at this point, I'm more so hoping and praying that it's fucking real, and like that he really did build 100 wells in Africa to really help people. And like, I do hope that that's genuinely, absolutely happening. But when you think about it too, like let's say it did happen, those good things that are happening, it is virtue signaling to be like, look at all the good I'm doing. It's not the same as when you do something like for the sake of doing it, just because you want to do it personally. It's like there's the sake of doing it to show people that you're doing it. Because also you do something like that so that you don't get shredded. Yeah. You're going to be like, oh, how are you going to shred someone that does good for the world? Right. So it almost creates like this ironclad around you where you can't even get shredded, because it's like, well, look all the good you've done.
I think we have to question everything now.
I think now that because everything has kind of been, the lid has been blown off, like you said, there's a lot more questions in the air.
But the thing is, to me, I think there is a level to production. I think there's a level where he's unnecessarily let certain employees win, and like, you know, he could have had random people in need in these videos, and he chose his friends that already have money, and he pretended they were. And so I think like that is where
it's like a moral thing,
right? And morally, I think like the producing thing, it's like, I get it. Like sometimes you have to make it work for the show, like filming and the show and the timelines and things like that. I mean, this guy just goes on and on. I mean, like he's able to point out, I guess because he used to work for Mr. Beast, but how like everything is just like, it's just kind of, honestly, it kind of blew my mind. I was like, oh my God, you're like really getting in there, bud.
I mean, honestly, it's like I've been on literally multiple shows now at this point. YouTube shows, TV shows. Like I've done multiple, and I know how production works, and I know that like if it's not going with the flow of what they want, they're going to adjust. Yeah. Like that's always how it's gonna happen. Like it just is what it is. Like they want a certain cadence to a show, and they're gonna get it by manipulating the people that are on the show, like in a capacity.
With the Rosanna Pansina thing, was it that they made Logan Paul win?
It was that she actually placed way higher. She was like top 3, and they made her get out way earlier, and to make Logan, I think, win.
Because he's like the bigger creator, therefore that would create more clout for the video.
Correct. So it's that aspect
that kind of goes like beyond like trying to do good producing. That's like,
that's literally just like you're doing terrible. It for a reason.
Like, come on.
Yeah, that's like literally like corrupt, low key. Yes. But it's just crazy because production is notoriously not good. Production, you guys, like honestly, blowing the lid off that in general, production in reality TV, 9 times out of 10 are like kind of terrible people.
Oh my God.
And they're trying to make a show really, like for example, look at Love Island. Let's talk about Love Island. They produce things to make things happen on Love Island, and it's the people that are on the show that suffer. It's their real life, but it's good for the show. Yeah. So production is always going to do what's good for the show and not for their people.
And look how that's the #1 reality TV show right now.
Exactly. And like, yeah, obviously it's turned out to be good, and like, but look how production has a hand in it. So you can't like that's just the look at like Kane, when Kane left and only had 5 minutes to pack up because production apparently was like over his bullshit or something. What? So they made sure that they got him out. Yes. That's what he's like. He's has said that. What bullshit
did he get production?
I don't know. Apparently he like did something that like he wasn't supposed to do. He said that himself, like on his own TikTok. So they got him out, but it makes it seem like where it's like, oh, like he just doesn't have a pairing. Like it's not the same.
The most produced thing I think I saw on the show is when Rob should have obviously gone home, and they brought that one girl Cassie to save him because he was good for TV, and then they needed a way to make him last a few more episodes. So they were like, Cassie, go save Rob, and like it was just
specifically
like, so
go in and save Rob.
Obvious, like what they were doing there.
But like you can, and you know that when you have like been in productions or you know about production, you can kind of see it. Same thing with like Real Housewives. Like obviously there's a lot of stuff that is produced, but it is still their life, but they're trying to get a good show out of it. So it's the same thing with Mr. Beast. That's why I'm not surprised.
Me either.
Even though he makes it seem like, oh, well, it's all real. It's like, that's what they all say.
Yeah.
Like all productions and be like, no, like we're not even involved.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you are.
I think there are some TV shows out there where things are a little realer.
Totally.
Like think about it, like Kyle and Mauricio is showing their divorce, and they're showing like the not good shit and their separation. That's real. That's all really happening. Kyle with her girlfriend, like it's all real. It's real. All really happening, and they're showing the stuff that sucks, and they're showing the stuff that, you know, is just like real. So I think like definitely there is some real stuff going on.
Absolutely.
The TV shows, I just think obviously producers, everything is touched. And some heavily. more than others. Some shows touch, I think depending on the show, touch more than the others.
Look at Keeping Up.
Yeah.
In the past, it was better.
Yeah.
Because Kim and the sisters were not producers. Now they are producers, and things are not the same.
Yeah.
You're not seeing as much of the negative side of things. You see a different side.
What's crazy is they allowed that fight to air.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Honestly, good for them.
The fact that Courtney and Kim are executive producers on the show, and they had a choice to cut it out, and they let that air. Honey!
That's wild. That's wild.
They said we need the ratings.
Do it. But see, again, like that is also touched by production. That's the point I'm making. Is that like they were like, keep it in.
Yeah.
Because they know, and they had like their production head on in that moment.
Because see, that was a real fight though. That wasn't like it started because a water bottle got thrown and it hit Kim, and like you could tell the
that little Bob.
Ooh!
I remember that scene.
That was like a moment in history, honey.
Oh yeah, like the world reset.
Me and my sister literally fought like that every single day.
I think it's more of a sister thing.
It is
a battling a sister thing. I've never fought my brothers like that.
I'm sure brothers have battled.
Definitely. But I think there's something about sisters fighting. There's something about sisters fighting that's really quite fierce.
Crazy stuff. That, forever, I like go to bed at night thinking about that stuff. Like, damn, they beat each other's ass.
Her print on the wall. You think about that?
Chloe scrubbing the body makeup off the wall. Yeah. Dead. Okay, our last topic is Miss
Tati Westbrook. The case is done.
The case is closed.
Dude, you know what's crazy? I feel like we never get like beauty situations that happen like in the world, and now it's like, oh my god, there's something in the beauty world. Like,
the beauty world,
like, what the fuck? Like, there's some tea here.
I think the beauty world, not to sidetrack, but I think the beauty world for a minute was like the focal point of the internet, of everyone, of the tea and the turmoil. Beauty got to be the focal point, and it's not anymore. While there's still relevant and popular people in beauty, the beauty industry has like fizzled out a bit, and it's not like it's not the same. Like everyone's not like
now it's like the TikToker community.
Yeah, I would say the TikTok, but not the beauty TikTokers. I would say just like the bigger creators on TikTok in general are the focal point now. Yeah, 100%. And before, I think because beauty got so big on YouTube specifically, which was the biggest platform at the time, the focal point was beauty. So now that we got crumbs in beauty, we're like,
oh my god, oh shit, we got tea! There's a tea. What the fuck?
It's come through
and
beauty.
It's like good news for her because the case is over with
Tati Beauty or Halo.
With Halo. Like I saw that she had uploaded a video and she was like, "Oh my god, like the case is done."
Oh, I know. She's
and I know that
so
shit was
happy. Oh my god.
I can't even imagine. I cannot even imagine like how crazy that case was because I know like there was a lot of back and forth with the investor and all the nuances. Like honestly, I don't even know all the ins and outs of it, but I did see that she was like, "I'm excited to get back into doing makeup," and I was like.
So now people are speculating, did she mean like just like doing makeup, doing beauty, like her channel, or did she mean making makeup?
I feel like she couldn't, I don't think she can name it Tati Beauty again because of like
that's fine
how it worked.
Yeah.
But I think she could absolutely do something. And like I can see her doing some like sickening ass like skincare or even like doing like, you know, like skin tools, like
100%
amazing, like or like skincare infused makeup. Like I can see her doing like that really, and I think do really well with that. But I was really happy for her to see that she like kind of like
Dude,
that chapter's done, dude, because that shit was
oh my god,
crazy.
years and
I remember
years of shit in the shit with it. That sucks so bad. I'm so happy that door's closed for her.
Dude, same. And like
what
to be in the
relief.
case.
What a relief.
Imagine just being in the case like
they
that.
settled, I'm assuming.
I would assume as well. I don't know. I didn't watch like the whole thing. I just
Jeez
saw
Louise.
the, like just that information about like, you know, her bringing back makeup and the court
Let me
case
tell you
being
who
done.
always wins in all of these cases. The lawyers. The only winner in a court case is the lawyer.
It's the lawyers.
You better trust and believe that.
It's so fucking true.
Because they rack it in and rack it both sides.
Bro,
I learned that a long time ago. I had an accountant, like, he was so dead serious when he looked at me, and he was like, in any case you do, you know the lawyer wins, so the goal is to never have a case or never a settlement or anything. He was like, because the lawyer's the only winner, right? And I was like,
it's the truth.
Yeah.
Why is that so freaking true?
Winner.
You don't want to freaking deal with any of that stuff, because it's also, lawyer fees are so crazy expensive.
Crazy.
And I'm like, why are they so expensive?
Girl, that law degree, you gonna pay for it.
Yeah.
You gonna pay for it.
Because it's a lot of, like, they have to know so much.
Oh my God, yes. They have to perform and do research.
So much. Like,
me and Ty were like talking the other day. We were like, because we were watching a criminal lawyer case and we were watching like these attorneys go at it in the courtroom, and we're like, damn, it's crazy. Because there's different types of lawyers, but the ones that show up in the courtroom and battle cases, you have to be so confident, dude, so smart, because you have to not only be able to do the research, know the research, and be able to speak and convince a jury and know every little word you can and can't, you know, all the little
the jargon.
Like, you have to be a superhuman.
You also have to hear what they're saying to be like, no, I object. Yes. Or like, you have to do those things
every little thing.
Active listening constantly.
You have to literally be a superhuman to do that.
A computer.
Whether you're defense or what's the other?
Prosecutor?
Yeah, the prosecute or the defense.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, you have to be a beast of a human being. Like, we all watched the Amber Heard Johnny Depp. That wasn't even a criminal case, but you saw how fucking fierce that was for those lawyers.
Yes. Like, that shit was... I just can't imagine being a lawyer like that you're going into the court cases and you're like battling.
I mean, and you got to know, and you got to battle the judge too. Like, you got to be strong enough to be
no, yes, no. Like, that amount of, no wonder they get paid so much, honestly.
That's why.
Because of how hard it must be to do that. To go, like, for someone, a lawyer to go to bat for you like that and be like, fuck, I have to do a case. I wonder if lawyers ever dread, they're like, fuck, I don't want to have to do this case right now.
100%.
You know they do.
They can't even have a bad day. You know what I mean? They always have to show up. That's how they make their living. And lawyers that like perform in the courtroom, they can't lose a lot of cases.
Right, like you have like a bad reputation.
Exactly, you don't get hired, and that's how you do get hired, by winning those cases. So like, to win those cases is like beyond important to them.
And they always have like teams doing all this research for them.
Well, that's also why lawyers drop cases if they don't think they're gonna win it, because they can't have it on their roster. Yes,
because it's like, bitch, I'm not gonna win this anyway.
Absolutely. Like, if someone looks super, super, super guilty of something and there's not a good pathway out, a lot of times they can't get a good attorney because they're not going to put that on their name. Yeah, exactly.
Especially when they know it's like, girl, it's not even going to fly.
Honey. I
didn't even know that. I forgot that they can like drop a case and be like, I'm not representing you, bitch. Y'all tried it. I can't fucking do this shit.
So, anyways, that is it for this week's episode.
I don't know. I'm feeling delusional already, and we're only on episode 1. I need a Celsius for episode 2.
What are we doing next week?
Next week, we have like a game.
We're exposing our text messages. I'm so excited for this game,
I'm excited for this game. I'm excited to expose your text messages.
I
am so excited because I have a list of words.
Oh, my God.
That I just cannot wait to be like, Laura, show us this word.
Okay.
And what does it mean? And I want context for everything.
Well, you guys will tune in next week to see more, but be sure to rate, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you in our next episode.
Bye, guys. Mwah.